Well, good morning, everyone. Saying hello from Angel Fire. I wanted to do a video today on attachment theory. This is something that I have been delving in with my practicum specifically because I think it's the modality that I'm going to focus a lot on when I work with people who are suffering or struggling with trauma. And this is the most important thing that I have learned. When we act out of our attachment wound and somebody else behaves out of their attachment wound, we sometimes may misunderstand one another. And as we learn about different attachment styles and how they behave, so I'm going to give an example of the dismissive avoidant. They have very particular fears and worries, and they behave out of that. And so what we see as not showing up to meet our needs, it may simply be because their attachment wounds don't allow them to. And when we get to know what our attachment wounds are, and instead of acting out of a neediness, which I am an anxious preoccupied, I'm actually a recovering anxious preoccupied, but when we go into our distress state, that bubbles up again. As we recognize other people's attachment styles and wounds and what it looks like, we can maybe offer them more compassion and offer them into our lives in a different way. And when we do this, we may actually be able to create a connection with another human being where we normally couldn't if we get defensive and only act out of our own style, but don't recognize that they're doing the exact same thing. I've been playing with this for about 2 weeks. It's not easy. It is incredibly triggering. And the problem is when you have acted out of your style and then all of a sudden you change how you are behaving, then they're also not certain what's going on. And there's a little bit of distrust, like, is this real? But just showing up consistent and dependable and creating a safe space for people. This is what I think we can do to help to heal others in our lives. I've done this with my children now for the last 4 years, and now I am going to expand and offer this to other people too, where I set aside my own need to be heard in that moment and say, how can I show up for this other person so they feel heard and they feel safe? And in doing that, I invite them in, and then we can create a different dialogue that's based on a secure attachment instead of two insecure attachment styles. Food for thought today. Blessings.